There's gonna be another video tonight where I'm just gonna talk about some of the news revolving WWE specifically, not TNA. Um, Bruce Pritchard, known to wrestling fans as Brother Love, has been released by WWE. He used to work with like editing stuff and the production crew backstage, and the reason that this is a worthy mention in a video is because like they're just making so much cuts, and it's not just roster wise. They're cutting people, even like people that will market for them. And it makes you think, if we're hearing about people being released, like so much people being released that were there for so long, that have been there for the other half of the year. I know it has to do with the stock market and them having to make cuts somewhere, but if they're not replacing them, what are they doing in those areas? I mean, you know, do they feel they have enough guys working on the marketing side of things, on whatever it may be? Because every single week it seems like we're finding out about somebody else being released. And when they released that dude that used to market for them, TNA signed them right away. And I didn't really think well, he's not really a marketer. He creates graphics and stuff like that. I think TNA has been good with graphics. There's been some, really amazing graphics from TNA. So I wasn't that, excited about it. But with this guy being released, I think this would be a bigger signing for TNA than that graphic card do, because if this guy's been working with WWE a long time as a producer, we all know how WWE's producing quality is. Before every freaking match, it seems like they got some epic with gothic symphonies in the background and dramatic stuff that makes you really feel the build for the match. So if TNA signs him, that could mean a lot of things, because this guy has the experience. And a big complaint from a lot of people when it comes to TNA is their production crew. Sometimes there'll be a spot and TNA would just miss it, like a table spot, and obviously it's a spot that was booked in there, so you would think that they'll be ready, but they just miss it. I remember at Bound for Glory, they had this spot where it looked like AJ was going to do his drop kick to Christian, but then Christian reversed it, but then AJ did it anyways, and it looked like it was going to be a beautiful drop kick. The way he just like launched up there, TNA missed it, and I would love to know how that drop kick looked. But hey, so if they sign him, maybe he'll be able to inspire everybody else and tell them like some of the things that worked in the WWE. So WWE has been trying to get Rey Mysterio to sign a 5-year extension. He only wants to sign a 3-year, and they're still talking about it. Now, I can understand why he only wants to sign a 3-year. Obviously, it's not easy to be in the WWE. That schedule, all of that stuff for 5 more years, that's going into 2013. So I can understand that. Now, some news sites are reporting that they're trying to get Randy Orton to sign a 10-year extension. 10 years. Oh my God. I mean, I love Randy Orton, I do, and I think he deserves that. But shit, 10 years. I'll be kind of hesitant to sign it if I were him, because we never really know what's gonna happen, how WWE is gonna be 4 years from now or 5 years from now. So for him to sign a 10-year contract, I think he is the type that could carry the company, but he might not get that opportunity, and a lot of people probably don't feel that way, but it shows that his hard work has paid off and all that stuff. So I think it's great, but I'll be a little hesitant about signing it, because that's fucking crazy. 10 years? That's going into 2018. What if the company goes into shit like 4 years from now? He has to stay there another 6 years. So good luck with that, Mr. Randy Orton. Now, we have a report that Mickie James has a hyperextended elbow, and she's just going to be working less in the ring. So she's going to be working through the injury. And if it hasn't been said before about WWE that they try to force, or they insist and don't look out for the wrestlers enough, this is saying it, like this is showing it right now that they still haven't learned from stuff that has happened before. I mean, they're just hoping that the injury will be able to rehab on her just taking less time off. But even if she's not working a match, they still want her to go with her on the road, with them on the road, because she'll like book some of the matches the way they're going. And once again, to talk about Christian Cage. Seriously, it's getting to that point that we need to find out something. I mean, obviously, look what Gail Kim is doing to us. That she still hasn't officially confirmed it, even though she's been backstage in the tapings or whatever it may be. I hope Christian. This is kind of what they did with Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash had signed a deal and they kept it on the low, hush, hush, so that he could come back at Bound for Glory and screw Joe. I hope they're doing something like that with Cage. I hope he has signed, but I wouldn't know how they'll take that, his angle coming back. Of course, revenge in the main event Mafia, but I just don't know how it'll fall into things. So I don't know when they should bring him back if he indeed does resign. Because if they bring him back, then he should get an instant push to the top. And if he gets that now, it's gonna hurt the credibility of the front lines, the TNA originals, if all of a sudden he's like the top of the food chain. So maybe this main event Mafia feud begins to fold. We have a new champion in AJ Styles. Christian comes back, feuds with two of the members or something of Main Event Mafia, and then turns his target eyesight at the world champion. So this is Mr. Platano. I'm out. Subscribe and check out my channel.